So I'm just walking around. Hi Amanda and Alison and everybody. Just making a couple of notes in case there's anything knowledge that I've thought of that I should pass on. Not that there's a lot, but little things that are worth remembering. So for instance, around here we didn't get all the cooch out, but really that's a problem across the whole site, especially down here, that in order to capitalise on all the effort that we've done with the sheep mulching and putting down the wood mulch, is you gotta pull up the cooch as it comes through, because if you leave it, it's just going to overtake and eventually all that work will be for nothing. But if you get onto it early, just as it pops up, then you can stay on top of it. The compost system, the 2 bays as we talked about, fill one up, then start filling the other, or if you're keen, once you fill it up, turn it into the other, because probably it's going to take a few weeks or months to fill that up, and it's sort of starting to break down by the time you get to the top. Fork it into the other one, and that gives it its turn, and then so always use one, so you're always adding to this one, and when it's full, turn it into here and start adding to that one again, and by the time that one's full, this one will be finished. There's a little bit of sheep mulching and mulch just to finish off here that somehow got overlooked. Maybe just mulch would be okay there, because there's not heaps of weeds, and a little bit behind that tree stump too. Now careful, that could coppice, or sucker out from the bottom, so just stay on top of that. There's a little bit of rosemary here which was planted directly into some breaking down woody mulch, which is why there's a bit of a ring of blood and bone around it, because it's probably going to struggle with nitrogen just there, because the woody mulch sucks it up. So if that struggles, keep feeding it. Keep adding a bit of blood and bone, not too much and not too close to it, but that'll help break down the woody mulch, and it won't die. I think can't think of anything else extraordinary to say. So I think you might have been involved in planning this out, but you might not have been. But there's 2 rows of broad beans and 1 row of snow peas. The snow peas are semi-bush, but they would probably benefit from some staking. The broad beans, because we're in a wind tunnel, might get knocked around a bit too, and often the way we'll deal with that is just to, speaking of wind, is put stakes at each end, maybe some in the middle as well, and just run some string around them. This is once they're up pretty tall already, and just hold them together. They like to sort of clump together to hold each other up, and you can just hold them together that way. Now this bed and that one have got brassicas in them, and the reason why we kept that separate, well, it's mostly not brassicas here, but they're the wombox. The reason why we didn't put brassicas in every bed, I think we managed to stick to that regime, although there's a rocket there which is a loose relative. The rest is lettuce, is because it's good to do crop rotation with the brassicas, so brassica diseases don't build up in the soil. So make a note, start a logbook, and just give these beds numbers or draw a picture of them, and I'll send you the updated design, because we made some modifications to it today, if you like. And just keep a logbook saying we planted brassicas here this year and move it next year. And ideally, actually, you would keep these. You could do a 4, 5 or 5 bed rotation with the little one at the back, and only have brassicas in 1 bed at a time. And that way, you'll avoid clubfoot. And you should do the same thing for the tomato family, the eggplants and the capsicums. So this bed you are going to have the ongoing problem of coots coming in from the side, so try and stay on top of that, especially so it doesn't get out into the mulch paths. Now the mulch incidentally is going to get, there's the garlic which we didn't plant, but you could plant directly into the original soil. I don't think it really likes it too rich, so this is something which you could actually, even pop in amongst these herbs. You just take a single clove, not the whole head, and just put one of those in the ground, not too far, and yeah, so you can just, because it'll take a while for these things to fill up, so there's basically all these gaps there which we can put the garlic in. There's a mixture of plants here, some ground covers, some a bit taller, and they all smell good or bring beneficial insects. There's some ground covers like the convolvulus, there's some exposed roots there, it's not so good, and some scented geraniums. See you, Amanda. And your lemon verbena and things. Yeah, there's not really much to say about that, but keep a bit of water up to them if we have any dry spells. But they're generally they should get by and reckon for the most part, and then you might need to start watering them again. But as long as we have a wet spell, they should be fine. I think that's about all I can think of. And if you guys ever want to take it to the next level out the back here, actually one chore that'd be really good to do would be to spread this mulch over the top of that soil so all the organic matter in it doesn't burn off. So I'd recommend doing that before we have if there's any hot dry days coming up. And all this stuff is just going